Hi, and welcome back to Elements in Focus. My name is Grant Soliven. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. We're grateful that you're spending time here because you'd be spending your time in so many other places, and so we're thankful it's with us. As always, in the show with me, Director of Financial Planning, giving his wisdom from on high, Aaron Rheaume. Aaron, so good to have you, my friend, on the show. This wouldn't be fun without you. So we're grateful you're here. And how are you doing right now?
I'm well, Grant, and I'm giving my wisdom from down here at the earth. Sound like I was on high up there.
Well,
No,
it's
but I love doing
being
these
Director of
shows.
No, we try to have a little bit of fun. And
Yeah,
being director of financial planning is such an important element of and what we need in the firm because not every advisor, folks, can know all things. It's just impossible. And
yeah.
we're so blessed to have Aaron and our managing partner Joe giving great content and making sure our team is up to par on everything it needs to be. It's definitely a daunting job, and I couldn't think of a better man than Aaron to carry that on a burden on his shoulders for our team. And so, speaking of burden, Aaron, elements of focus. Our goal here is to talk about the five critical elements and give you guys golden nuggets on things to consider. Because James Clear in his book often, and you've heard us often say this, right? Success is not dependent on one thing, but failure can be. And so we try to nitpick some things to these critical elements so that you guys have something to take back and utilize in your life. And we're going to focus on the
Hmm.
investment playbook in this current show for you guys. And I'll say it again. I always say it. Aaron and I are not going to talk about the investment world and the investment playbook. We have the market cover for that. So if you're looking for what's going on in the economy and the stock market from our perspective, I totally recommend that you go and download our market carver. Our portfolio managers and Joe Clark go on there every week and talk through the market and what to expect, et cetera. And so there's no better team on our portfolio managers to be doing that. And so we ask you to go grab that content. The investment playbook for us today is going to be planning based. And so, what to do about inflation? It's definitely on all of our minds. It's not going away. And so, Aaron, let's talk about inflation for a minute and how you can plan for it and what we mean by that.
Sure. Great segue and great setup, Grant. As you talked about, definitely not focused on the investment piece. And I'll say one brief comment there, historically, stocks have outpaced inflation over time. So just that's the guidance there. Make sure you have a well-defined investment plan or investment playbook. But inflation from the planning side, Grant, really can run rampant if you're starting to factor in moving from, let's say, preservation into distribution. So you're going into your life after work. And if you're trying to model or use low inflationary numbers in your situation, things could run awry. So we use a software here called eMoney to do a lot of financial planning. And it really gets nitty gritty on topical things like purchasing a vehicle down the road and what does that do to your overall portfolio? What could healthcare do if you have rising costs there? But what we can simulate is what happens to your portfolio if we have high inflationary numbers. What we've seen at the end of December 2021, we hit a 7% inflation number, and I think January 2022 was 6%. And so historically, for the last 30 years, interest rates have been decreasing, and we really haven't had high inflation numbers since the mid 80s. And so a lot of the portfolio analysis and just doing planning doesn't build in high inflationary numbers. And so that can definitely offset some projected future retirement plans. So you want to make sure that you're working with someone that understands how that can affect the overall portfolio, how it can simulate those types of things if we continue to see high inflationary periods.
Absolutely. So, Aaron, thank you for walking through that. And if your advisors are not talking to you about inflation and presenting or discussing the tools they're using to modify your retirement plan to illustrate how inflation is going to impact your decisions, you might want to look elsewhere for your planning. And so, if that's somewhere you're wanting to engage, if that's a team you're needing to engage with, please reach out to us, 800-928-4001. Brittany will be on the other line. She'll help you set up with an advisor for our complimentary next steps meeting, where we can go through and start kind of walking you through, is your retirement on track? And if we partner together, we can run you through that software and start modeling some of those concerns out. And if you would like to talk to us, talk to FEG@yourlifeafterwork.com. You can find a lot of our resources at yourlifeafterwork.com as well. And so reach out. We'd love to connect with you. Also, if you're looking for deeper content, or you're interested in our articles that Aaron and myself and the team write, or our radio show content that we produce every week, consider this program. Please go to the podcasting services near you. There's a litany of radio stations down below. We can be heard on multiple days throughout the week on these radio stations, so you can tune in there as well. But thank you for your time. Again, you can spend it in other places, so we're grateful that you're spending it with us. If you have questions, let us know. 800-928-4001. We'll see you next time.